This is Valerie VanBooven with the Senior Care Industry Netcast, where leaders with 3 or more years in the senior care industry share their advice. It's 6 questions in 9 minutes, so let's get right to it. In a few sentences, tell us who you are and what you do.
My name is Jae Edgar Bennett. I'm Executive Director and founder of Street Medicine KC.
Awesome. And tell us a little bit about what that means.
Got it. So Street Medicine KC is a bunch of nurses, doctors, and therapists that primarily hit the streets, under the bridges, and homeless encampments and provide direct services and build a bridge for them to actually get services they needed, whether it's a primary care physician, housing, social services, and really heavy on the mental health.
Wow. Can you do this in every state, in every metro area, like right now?
We are trying. Street Medicine Institute's been around since 1992 with Dr. Jim Withers, the founder, and we're in about 110 cities now in some kind of form. So or countries rather, we are moving forward to doing that everywhere.
That's awesome. Okay, what is the best thing about serving aging adults? And I'm going to imagine that you serve way more than aging adults, but what's the best thing about what you do?
So a quick thing about individuals that we primarily serve, they're homeless. So on average, their life expectancy is about 27 years shorter than those that are housed. So that being said, when it comes to the elderly or senior care, that can be 50, 55, or 62. Those that are 55 and 62, it's a lot easier for us to house them and get them the medical service they need because of their age and what the federal government, when it comes to Medicare can provide for them.
Yeah, no, that's true. Absolutely. They can start down the road of Medicare. That moment makes life easier for so many of us because health insurance is crazy, right?
I really wish that our states, either Kansas or Missouri, were Medicaid expanded. And if that was, oh my Lord, would it make our job a lot easier and save lives.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, I hear from other senior service providers. We're going to switch our gears a little bit here and talk about marketing online. You guys have a beautiful website, lots of great information there, and I will put that down at the bottom of the screen so everybody can know more about what you do. But I hear that, online marketing can be challenging, it's confusing, it's definitely ever changing. What are your thoughts or experiences on how to get the word out?
So before I did this, I was a director at marketing for Medicaid services in the state of Kansas. And I can tell you that the best thing to do is make sure that any online marketing is proved or vetted by the people they trust, which is normally their primary care physicians or the well-established that they're already dealing with. If they're vetted through there, it seems that this population tends to really buy in. And once they buy in, they don't change. They're committed.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? Our doctors and nurses advice holds a whole lot of weight for our senior population. And you're right. If it's vetted through, if they say that's probably correct, then that's the way it is. That's right. All right. I would imagine there are other successful leaders in the senior care industry or in the industry that you serve, like yourself, that have made a difference in your life, either personally or professionally, or have been an inspiration to you. Or organizations like yours that maybe have been an inspiration. Who would you like to tell us about?
I would talk about both hospice cares that are in our metro area and how they deal and respond to those that are end-of-life situations and what that looks like and means. They have been not only just caring, but also supportive to what we do. Like I said, we're volunteer-based, so when we get free supplies from those individuals, those organizations, it's very helpful. But I've got to learn a lot about them and how they deal with the elderly care and senior. And it's just, to me, some of the best care out there and best people out there working.
Yeah, our hospice providers are definitely angels.
Oh, yes.
No doubt about it. No doubt. I don't know if I could have ever done that. I'm a nurse by trade, but I don't know. That is some of the most rewarding and the toughest also. And they are just angels. So absolutely. All right. What piece of advice would you give our senior care providers who are out there right now?
Listen. Just listen. Mm-hmm. That's really it. Build that rapport just by listening. I would say don't try to sell anything or present anything. But when it comes to marketing, if you're simply listening, then you're getting where you need to get to because they're speaking to you.
Yeah, That's true. If they're talking, they're interested in sharing, and that's half the battle. And being good listeners is what we owe our seniors, listening to what they have to say. All right. So my last question is supposed to be my fun one, but everyone says it's the hardest one. So I'll elaborate a little bit. When you have a win in life, I could be professionally, personally, and a win could be anything from someone, maybe they are off the streets and they got housing, or, just someone making someone's day happy. When you have a win, how do you like to celebrate?
A few years ago, I had a couple drinks. These days,
Yeah.
I still do. These days, I kind of just stop and tell the story. I don't tell a lot of my story a lot when we're out there doing what we do, but I'll tell you this one quickly. Last week, Monday, gentleman, 61 years old, he turned 62 on the 10th. So he can't move into the apartment until the 10th, but we already have all of his furniture lined up. We're gonna have a good little celebration for him, some cake, ice cream. And for me, when that happens, that's when I stop and breathe, right? You realize what you're doing, because the rest of the days, I just go, 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 go. We all just go. And then we don't realize until the end of a success story like that for this man, and we just stop and like, wow, it's like freezing a moment in time. And then that's when I celebrate. That's when I know I'm celebrating, because normally I don't celebrate much. I just keep to the grind.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. We do that. It's hard for us to stop because we have another person that needs help. We have another thing we can do, another person that we can work with. But yeah, celebrating. We've had a lot of folks on the show. Some of them one of them took his bottle. It's, a well-respected hospice physician. Took his bottle of tequila out from under the desk and said, a little bit of this. So.
What is the count 12 with one cube?
You never know. So, I think everybody has their own way of celebrating, and we are very busy. And as we get older, I think, it's a little bit of celebration goes a long way for me. So, yeah. Well, thank you so much for doing the show and for educating us about what you do, because this is definitely a little bit different from what we normally hear about, but your story and your website alone tells an amazing story. So I appreciate that. And we'll definitely make sure lots of folks get to see what you have to offer. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Valerie. Take care.